Hello, lords and ladies, and welcome to Africa Global Radio, our story, our growth, our future. I am Prince Benjamin, and you can call me PB, live in the studio of AGR. We broadcast to everybody on the continent from Accra, Ghana, West Africa, and also all around the world. The hashtags are Africa Global Radio, AGR, Africa, Diaspora, and Creative Corner. We have the pleasure of talking to let me say, a sound god. Yes. Runtown from Nigeria would have my neck for that, but I think it's a name that we can throw in for our guest this very moment. He is the one, the only Damian Irving. Damian, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. African Global Radio. It's a pleasure to be here.
Pleasure to have you. So the first time that I saw a picture of you, you had dreads on?
Yes. I had locks like up until like a year and a half ago.
All right.
Yeah, so this is a different transition right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And it would make for a good start, I think. What's the story? First of all, why did you have it on before, and then why is it off now?
I mean, it was a natural extension, you know, and just me moving forward now where I'm at, it was just a spiritual move, and so I cut them. So here we have it now.
Well, so dreads for Africans, I mean, it has quite a story. If you consider the Rastafarian, faith, Bob Marley,
right?
So by Bob Marley's work and legacy, it's extended beyond people who are outside of the faith, the Rastafari faith, right? So you have people who don't belong in that faith also rocking, if you will, or donning the hairstyle.
Oh no!
Why did you have it?
I had it for spiritual reasons, for Rastafari.
Oh.
I was practicing Rastafari and I still practice it, but for maybe 18 years. So it was a long trod, and just growth and like I said, just a different perspective,
Right.
and another spiritual growth
Right.
that led me to
Right.
where I look my appearance now.
Okay. Morgan Heritage has a song that says it's not about the dreads, it's in the
your
heart, right?
Don't have to be dread to be a Rasta.
Right, yeah.
Very familiar.
Yeah.
Yo, it's funny enough, when I did have my locks, a lot of the Rasta mans used to, even though we love Morgan Heritage, used to be like, no, you have to have locks.
Right. It's a bit of the controversy,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. It was a bit of controversy, as you said, but you know what I'm saying? So growing and learning, it's like, maybe I don't have to, have locks, but
how does it feel having it off and still being in the faith?
it feels a little different, um it comes with a certain responsibility. It comes with a certain almost royalty, to where it's like, I go places and they say, yo, the Ross is coming. Yo, let the Ross in. Or, yo, there go the Ross, or blah, blah, blah. Now it's like, oh, bald head. Yeah, it's a bald head. What I mean? Even some of my friends, they might walk past me because they don't recognize me in this light.
Right.
So, yeah, it definitely is just a transition and a growth, like I said.
Right.
Does
it impact the brand in any way? Like, definitely recognition, first-time recognition, especially, or facial recognition, is very important to repeat business with clients and all of that, and also to fish in prospective clients.
Right.
Cutting it off, has it impacted business in any way?
No, not necessarily. I mean, I wouldn't say it have affected my business in any way. I think, I've had some people made some remarks, like seeing me without locks, like, yeah, now you're doing good, right? And this is happening for you. And I'm like, No, it's been happening. You
Mm.
know, it was always going to continue to happen.
Right.
So I just leave it at where it lands.
Right.
You know,
Right.
and some people, some people in the industry, they want to see a clean cut look, right? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some of the worlds that I deal with, whether I be doing a commercial or whatever, some
Yeah.
of those clients are really uppity,
Right.
and I never looked at it from that perspective,
Mm.
like, oh, they might be looking at me, making judgment or whatever. And so now I have no lock. So what you gonna say?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it was Kevin Samuels, may he rest in peace. He had a piece on social media about the dreads and also moving up on
Hmm.
the business ladder and
Right.
some of the implications of the hairstyles that we keep and all of that. So I mean, it's interesting to hear that perspective from
Right.
you as well.
Right.
Right.
But I think I think to add to that, to what you're saying, I think that you don't have to change yourself, and you don't have to change your hairstyle for you to be real with yourself
Right.
and with your business and even garner business.
Mm.
It's like in this society, in this time right now, there's kids coming with purple hair,
Right. Yeah.
and and still getting work.
Right.
So
It's a personal choice.
your personal choice.
Where you want to go,
Yeah.
what sacrifices you have to make, depending on where you want to go.
Yeah.
And,
So don't let your mommy tell you, hey, you have to cut your locks or you're not gonna get a job.
Mm.
It's like, mommy, that was your time and I respect it.
Right.
Nowadays, everybody, like you said, there's people that's Ross,
Right.
and then people that's wearing dreads,
Right, yeah.
and so it's like it's a whole gambit,
Right. True.
So
A lot happening.
yeah,
Right. The sound, right?
yes,
The sound. That's pretty much your arena, your world.
yes,
And
that's my world.
and
Yes.
before I ask about okay, so I'm gonna throw this in. Accra, right? The city. You coming into Accra.
Yes.
As a sound guy, I'm sure when you got down from the plane, you got into the airport proper, the sounds that hit you when you got onto the street and the
Yes.
road, you would appreciate these sounds. Are they different from the other places you've been to? And what makes Accra's sound different? Yeah.
Let's see. Rush hour is rush hour
Mm.
anywhere. It's people blowing their horn. So the sound. I mean, sound is you can't really contain sound. For the most part, like when you're doing location sound.
Mm.
So it doesn't sound any different
Mm.
than any other location that I've ever been to.
Right.
You might hear a different dialogue in the background, people speaking a different language,
Mm.
but for the most part, it's just typical
Machines, human
machines,
beings, the wind.
cars,
Right.
wind, road. That's pretty much it.
Right.
Yeah.
Is it your first time here?
No, this is actually my second time. I came here in 2020. I came with a group on mental health.
Okay.
Yes,
Right.
we came and we toured the palace and the jail, and just looking at people, and they were gathering information on mental health in Accra,
Right.
and bringing awareness.
To that phenomenon.
Yes.
Right.
So yeah, I came here in 2020 and I fell in love. I was like, man, this is.
Fell in love with the country, a woman.
Fell in love with the country. I haven't gotten to that part yet. I just
Right.
been with the country, so
Oh,
it's
right,
like, yeah, I
right.
fell in love with the country.
Mm.
Like seriously, like.
Yeah.
this
What
is-
about it you like?
I like that. I just love the people. Like being able to just look around and it's like it's black people everywhere.
Yeah. Right.
There's black people everywhere.
Right.
That's amazing.
Mm.
You know what I mean? That's different.
Right. Makes you feel like you're home.
Yes.
Mm.
And then the people.
Mm.
The people are genuine.
Mm.
The people are the temperament is they're nice. For the most part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody's human, so you piss me off, I'm gonna let you know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, everybody, you know, understanding,
Warm people,
warm people.
hospitable,
Yeah.
ready to help. You know,
Yes, yes.
if you want directions,
Yes.
you know.
I met my driver in 2020, and here he's rocking with me. And,
Oh, still.
oh yeah, he's
Nice.
rocking with me. And anytime people come here, I tell them to get in touch with him, and you know,
Oh,
he makes things happen.
that's
So
lovely. You must be happy.
oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm happy to have met him. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Meet good people.
Right.
Like that's a major thing.
Mm.
Meeting good people.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. So I heard about the workshop that you had,
Yes.
right? And let's talk about that for a while. Is that why you came back after coming to Ghana in the year of return, which was 2019, 2020, thereabouts? Yeah.
You know, thank God that every time, you know, I've been to Africa, it's been on a work situation.
Mm.
You know, so the first time I came was on a work situation.
Right.
And this second time, even though, you know, it was for the workshop as well, it was also, of course, with these students that were here with, just covering them, a couple of different activities that they have,
Mm.
and covering the audio and a bit of the video as well. So, you know, it's always a blessing to be able to come back and work and experience it from that aspect.
Mm.
Yeah.
You've interacted with some of the talents from Accra, you know, Ghana. You've been to Kumasi as well.
Yes.
From the workshop, what's your general overview of the talents that the country has? You know, in your field especially, sound, you know, creative arts.
The country have some raw talent. The country have good people, knowledgeable people. I think that, you know, we might, and again too, like, I don't know if I could really diverge on this too much, but because I haven't been to like the universities, I haven't been to like see the different sound mixes
Right.
and see exactly, you know, where they stand on certain things. But I know from speaking, what I got from our meeting was we need some equipment.
Okay.
We need some good equipment,
Infrastructure.
and see, that's what, you know, teachers, instructors, real world experience.
Mm.
Yeah, so I think those are the things from what I'm gathering is a major thing.
Right.
You know, getting gear here to Accra, you know, professional sound gear. Like, not like they don't have it, but
Right.
like, you
State
know,
of the art.
state of the art stuff.
At par
It's-
with what's happening.
Yeah, like instead of Sennheisers, maybe Electrosonics.
Right.
Instead of a Zoom H4, maybe a sound device mixed pre-10 2.
Mm.
You know?
Right.
Like that. Like
Right.
just a little bump up.
Mm.
And just having that stuff available, you know, and for the youths, you know, that's major.
Mm.
That's one of the things too I was trying to express in the meeting that I had. It's like, yo, bring the youths with you. You know,
Right.
bring them with you, so they could apprentice and see how it's done.
Right.
You know, that way, you know, you could always have fresh legs and fresh people
Yeah.
coming in.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. And practically the legacy also is pushed forward into the future, right? 'Cause
Yes.
these are the young people. They carry
Mhm.
the torch over to the next generation. Right. You've listened to, and this would be interesting for me to hear, or our listeners as well. You've listened to our music.
Yes.
Have you seen some Ghanaian series on TV, or at least heard some content on the TV?
Yeah, you
and stuff like
know.
that? What do you think of the sound? Like,
Oh,
yeah.
some of the, you know, some of the sounds is good.
Mm.
Some of the sounds is good.
Are you thinking music now, or you're thinking TV content, podcast?
You know, like I guess let me say this. First of all, in the States, we do watch some Ghanaian movies.
Okay.
So we do follow some of the movies. We don't get the programs, like the everyday programs.
Yeah.
So, just like at the end of the work day, and I might be in my hotel and listening to certain things. I think the continuity, sometimes is not really there. Like it might go from, okay, this sounds good, and then all of a sudden this sounds really loud,
Right,
or
okay.
this sounds like
So
this.
situations where the sound is sober or soft, and then all of a sudden it blasts. Is
Yeah.
that what you're talking about?
Yeah, I think with different programming,
Okay.
you could definitely tell, like even just flicking through the channel from one
Right, okay.
station and then flicking to another thing,
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
it doesn't sound.
One is almost muted.
Yeah.
The other is very loud.
Yes,
Right,
yes. And then I see some like I was watching this show the other night. I don't even remember the name, but it was just some young people. It's like a little love scene, and the gentleman is like talking to, I guess, the daughter, and then the dad pops up like, "What are you doing here with my daughter?" Da 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 da.
Right.
And just even watching that and listening to it, the sound wasn't the best, and so I think just a overall continuity. Like if we could get on the same somehow on the same page when it
Like
comes
a
to
uniform sound.
the uniform sound, and I don't know if that's having the machine, the equipment at the broadcasting studio where they're at to make sure we loop everything in so it can get to that level.
What's the industry practice from from America or in America? What's the industry practice? Is it like you have a uniform sound on the TV when you're watching TV, flipping from channel to channel?
Yeah.
How is it done? Is it like
it's mixed. It's probably mixed and mastered, and go through the processes. One of the things one of the brothers was telling me from the mixer from the conference that we had is that a lot of times they try their best, or they do their best to record the audio and put notes and let them know, hey, this and this and that, da 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 da. But it ends up being, the audio ends up being edited by the videographer.
Oh, who is not a sound man. Okay. Right.
Exactly.
So the lack of knowledge on the part of the videographer impacts the sound.
Exactly.
Okay.
So there's a person in between that, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's a post-production mixer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And that would help,
Yeah, determine the final product, right? What goes out.
Yes.
Okay. So what on the value chain, which part do you sit?
The value
chain of the sound engineers or the sound gatekeepers, if you will. So someone may work on the sound on the site, right?
Yep.
Capturing it, yes. And you may have someone else who would
do the post.
Yes. Mix, master. Do you do all of that?
All of it.
Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I have my own studio.
Okay.
Playback studios in Atlanta, Georgia. We have a facility, 2,700 square feet, where we have a psych wall. We have a podcast studio. We have a voiceover studio. So we have clients where I might work on something and they might say, hey, could you mix this for us? Or can you do this? Or we have some ADR work. Can you help us do this? And yeah, we do it all.
Okay. This is Africa Global Radio, and we are in conversation with the one, the only Damian Irving, who is the Atlanta sound man.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I nicknamed him the Sound God. Everything sound. You want to talk to Damian Irving. You've worked with Tyler Perry.
Yes.
You've called him your inspiration.
Well, mentor.
Right.
One of my mentors, Mr. Perry. Mr. Perry is definitely a figure to follow and just gain inspiration from. If you ever listen to him, he's just always like, man, just do it. Don't listen to them.
Right.
Don't pay attention to what they say. Just run it up. And I see that, in the years that I've worked with him, how he that's exactly what he does.
Right.
So
he's not just a talker.
Nah. Oh, heck no. No. He's a major figure. Especially even for Black people.
Right.
For the things that he's accomplished, the base that he has, that he took over. He took over a whole army base. Right. He bought a whole army base, Fort McPherson, which is a beautiful base, equipped with buildings, mess hall.
It's like he's creating a whole city, right?
Yeah.
Creative arts.
Yes. Yeah. So I was blessed and thankful that I was able to work alongside him, and and was able to pick his brain and see how he operates. And so he's a great inspiration.
Right.
Definitely.
So we heard rumors on this side that he or some people were interested in bringing his production house to Ghana.
Right.
Yeah. Did you hear anything like that? Have you heard the rumor?
I haven't heard I haven't heard that rumor, but
would you be all for it?
Man.
Would you tell Tyler Perry, if you were on the phone with him, would you tell him, having come to Ghana twice and worked here and seen the talent, would you encourage Tyler Perry to bring his production,
Mr.
franchise, if you will, to Ghana?
Let me tell you something. Mr. Perry got his nose to it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if there's stuff to be done here, he's already on it, brother.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like I don't gotta tell him nothing. He's already sniffed it out, and he's already about it. So, I love when I hear all of that. Like I hear a lot of productions moving in and infrastructure's coming in, and I'm like, that is great. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what we need.
Right.
Because that would bring me home even faster. You know what I'm saying? Bring me home fast. So, yeah.
I think the latest was Idris Elba visiting the president, Nanado, and speaking to him about revamping, if you will, the film industry. He wants to use, I think it's an African, the entire continent as a project, but they want to use Ghana as like a blueprint, if you will,
right?
A start to make an argument for the investors and onlookers as well. So it looks like an interesting time, ahead of us,
right?
And we could possibly have you resident in Ghana.
Oh man, please.
Because
if
we're bringing all
anybody,
the action to Africa.
Whoever's listening, please, I want to come home.
Right.
If you have anything audio wise, man, please. I'll instruct. I don't even have to even be out there. Any capacity. I just got to make it make sense.
Right.
Got to make sense.
Right. When you look around again, coming to Ghana, interacting with the talents, seeing the possibilities in the country, in the city, do you think it's fertile ground for filmmaking? Are there stories? Do you see stories all over the place to be told?
Over.
Right.
All over. Just in the the color of the sky, the sun and the tree, how vibrant the colors is. And the people, I think the world is waiting to see it. Right? The world is waiting to see Ghana, and it's all its different aspects, from Kumasi all the way to Accra.
Right.
You know what I mean? They want to see it. They want to see, content is king, man. Just put it out. Like Mr. Perry said, let's get the content and put the content.
Do it now.
Yeah, and it's all right. You know what I'm saying? Because, going back to even the question you asked me about the things that I watch on TV since I've been here, and no shade on anything, everything, because the whole thing is I watched it.
Right.
So it's already, the damage has already been done. You know what I'm saying? Once you watch it already, you could critique it now if you want, but hey, it's already in the memory banks.
Right.
So with that, just put it out there. You know what I'm saying? And just keep on getting better and better at it.
Right.
And so you can present it better to the people,
Right.
and before you know it, you'll have
uh,
something.
It's a huge thing.
Yes.
I mean,
Yes.
that's a motivational point for talents who are listening, who may feel I need to be as good as Irvin before I can, showcase my talents to the world.
No.
You have to start from where you are now and make
Yeah.
do with what you have.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
Yes. Oh, definitely. I'm a big advocate of use what you have.
Yeah.
Use what you have. You have that it's Zoom H4. Use what you have. You know what I'm saying? Until you get to the next step.
Right.
Right.
Right. What's the power of sound in all your experience using sound? Communicating through sound. What's its power? What role does it play?
It evokes emotions.
Yeah,
it
definitely.
evokes emotions.
I like how your voice went when you said that.
Yeah, that's what it does. That's what I learned what a sound does. I can hear. I joke about it, but I can hear a good take before I can see it. Like me personally, I could close my eyes and we're about to move on. This take right here.
This is it.
This is it.
This is it.
My guys are like, well, but you're not the director. But listen to what the director's about to say.
Right.
Moving on.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You're ahead of them, right?
Yeah,
because you could tell.
I could just hear, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just, I could, and I'm not always right with that, but it's like, going back to what you said, it's like if it evokes emotions, you know what I mean? It makes you laugh. It makes you, a sound can make you jolt and be scared, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what it does. It evokes a feeling, an emotion.
Right. What stories, visuals and audio, right? Visuals and audio. Which one do you mostly advise without your bias to sound?
Right.
Yeah.
What do you mean? What about it?
Because you're a sound guy.
Yeah, I
right?
I do some video too. You know what I'm saying? Don't kill me, my sound people. I'm not crossing over, but I do, like, I have 2 5Ds in the car. I do have podcasts, and sometimes when my guys are not around, they have taught me enough to, where I can get it done. Right?
Yeah.
But I stick to my lane still. But
on the radio there is that philosophy that radio is like the theater of the mind, right? Because you don't see with the eyes, but you can imagine with the mind as you listen, right? Never mind the fact that now there are visuals for radio,
right?
It's turning into TV now.
Oh yeah,
but visuals against audio, right? Which one would you say is more powerful? If Africa were to tell its story, right? Which one would you? Of course, definitely we could combine them, but do you think we're missing out on telling our story audibly on the audio side of things, aside exploring the video side of it? Because typically the stories are told in the movies, right? Music videos and stuff like that. Do you think we could do more? Are there more creative avenues in the audio side of things, the sound side of things?
Let's see. I think that I know that video and audio goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
That's a marriage. Right?
Yeah.
I
like that metaphor. Sounds like it has to happen.
Yes.
No need to break asunder what has been put together already, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. It's a marriage, and I think just the possibilities in Africa and Accra is just like, it's wide open. You know what I mean? To do so much with video and audio. Audiobooks, podcasts.
Yeah. This is AGR. We're on it.
Yes. A podcast right now in the States is
it's
big.
It's
a huge
competing
market
with the traditional media.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
So I think that it's endless. It's endless. I was gonna pull out some sounds that I've been capturing.
That'd be interesting.
Like like the drums and stuff. Anytime I hear drums now and
Nice.
hear different the ocean or whatever,
Yeah.
I pull out my phone
So
and try to
yeah, I was
capture this
pretty
stuff.
much interested in this. That's why I was asking the unique sounds that you've heard in the city or the country.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the drums, something that stood out
drums,
for you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
The
Is it drums from traditional troops?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes. From traditional. Oh.
So this is Africa Global Radio AGR, and we are broadcasting from Accra, the capital of Ghana, West Africa, out to the world. Greetings to the diasporans, all Africans all over the world. So Damian Irving is our guest, and these are some of the sounds you've captured.
Ocean.
The ocean. Right.
I had some drumming too that really.
Have you found it? Okay. Ah, nice. Yeah. Right.
Come on, boy.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm hit, bro. I'm telling you. I walk around and capture all of this stuff, man.
Lovely. Reminds me of going weeks ago. I went to the Kakum forest for the very first time, believe it or not, and there was this tree, very tall tree, that apparently the parrots like to sit on, and you smack it. So there's a story about back in the day when our ancestors would go into the forest, and there were dwarfs in the forest, right? Apparently now they are deep in the forest, but back in the day when human invasion wasn't as much as now, the dwarfs were pretty much at the mouth of the forest,
right?
Pretty much, and our ancestors would go in there, and while exploring the forest, it was a taboo to shout and call out to someone. So if you don't want to, if you didn't want to be snatched by the dwarfs and taken away from civility, if you will, you had to drum the tree. You knock it, and it sounds like the big drum from the traditional troops ensemble, right? Doom, doom, doom. It's a lovely sound, and thinking about what you do, I think you would be even more fascinated than me if you heard that sound, right, from that tree. It's unfortunate I've forgotten the name of the tree, but it's quite a tall tree, and it has these the root has this thing that looks like a room, right? It creates this room thingy,
catacomb type thing.
Lovely tree. So going back to America, right, or Atlanta to be specific.
Yes.
What would be some of the stories that you would tell, people when you go? Some of the memories and some of the stories.
It's like, hey man, you gotta go home. It's not what they show you on TV, right?
Yeah.
It's a bustling metropolis community. Technology driven, educated people,
right?
Skyscrapers. It's not what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Y'all need to go and check it out and experience Africa for yourself. Go home. So I've been saying that for a long time, especially from 2020 when I first touched down, and I made the pilgrimage for myself, and I'm my own testimonial. So after that, I was like, hey, man, I'm telling everybody, like, guys, we need to come out here and experience it, for yourself. So,
fact. Have you done your ancestry.com? Are you interested?
I'm kind of like on that Rasta tip in that sense, where it's like, me not give out my information in a no database. You know what I'm saying? For you to
off the radar,
yeah.
Right?
But I would love to know. You know what I'm saying? But it's like really and truly, it's like I already know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
I know. I wouldn't mind to get a little bit more specific,
right?
But nah,
you're with your people.
Yeah, I'm with my people. You know what I'm saying? I come here. I'm in Kumasi. People are playing reggae music, singing Buju Banton. I had to ask Kwesi, my guide. I said, "Yo, there are a lot of Jamaicans here? Because I see a lot of Jamaican flags in the taxis. He's like, no, they just respect it. So it's like, if Ghanaians is making that assimilation with Jamaica, you know, it's kind of,
home, right? It's home already.
Yeah, they know where their people went.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They know where the other ancestors went. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we have a connection with Bob Marley and Rita Marley, his wife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she has a property on the mountain as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
And I think she is Ghanaian as well. I mean, she's Jamaican born, but she's naturalized, I believe.
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's been here for a long time.
Citizenship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Ghana and Jamaica, we're like this.
Exactly.
We're like this.
Yeah. You hear Kingston. You see places here that says Kingston.
Yeah.
I see Aki. I'm like, hey, we know about Aki in Jamaica.
Right.
So, excuse me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So, it's assimilate. The assimilation.
The connection is there.
Is right
there. Right. Final thing I'm gonna yeah. Final thing I'm gonna ask you. Final thing I'm gonna ask is about the food. Yeah,
the food. I love the food, man.
Yeah.
I love the jollof rice.
Jollof rice. Have you had the Nigerian one?
I'm not gonna. I had a Nigerian one, but I'm not in the war.
You're not in the war. All right, you're staying off it.
No, I'm staying off that.
Right.
I just know I love it. Jollof rice is amazing. You know, the fish is good. You know, I don't really eat a lot of. I don't eat meat. Period. Except for that, I'm mostly pescatarian. So, but you know, the sauce and. You know, the provisions, the cassava and the yam and the plantain.
Nice.
You mash up all of that.
You're digging in.
Yeah.
You're digging in.
Yeah.
You're digging in. You're home indeed.
Yeah, you can find no matter what you eat, you can find something here.
Right.
You know, whether you're a vegetarian, whether you're a pescatarian, there's food
something
here.
Yes. It's a food haven, Ghana.
Yeah, man.
West Africa.
Yes.
Everybody should come. Just like Damian Irving has done. Are you still open to training people, mentoring people?
Of course. Yeah. If I had time, I'd be training right now. If I was here for a couple more days.
Passion is a passion, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Because you know that's how you find new talent. You know what I'm saying, and that's how you teach the youths and all of that. You know what I'm saying. So it's like,
Okay. So how can people reach you? I mean, I know you are Atlanta Sound Man on Instagram, for instance, right?
Just Atlanta Soundman and Playback Sounds.
Right.
That's the way to link me.
Okay. On social media. Okay. Do you do remote training?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. So we could reach you on social media, and that would be what's it called? The most efficient way to reach you?
Yes, that's probably the most efficient way to reach me, to link me. You know, once you drop something in the DM, that's probably the best way.
All right. Okay. All right. What's your impression of AGR? Your first time here, obviously. Our plays, our sound.
I think this is brilliant. I think you guys are paving the way. You know, I love the movement. I definitely I love to see young talent. So that's big. That's big to me. Right. So, you know, you guys are definitely progressive and moving with it. So I'm going to support it all the way.
Right. Lords and ladies, that's the one, the only Damian Irving, the sound man, Atlanta Sound Man. You can reach him on IG, as mentioned before, Atlanta Sound Man on IG.
Yo, maybe I should look on IG if Ghana Sound Man is available.
Right,
I might have to take that.
You're gonna take that. But you could pass for a Ghanaian, like seriously. I mean, I could walk past you on the street and think that you're Ghanaian.
I am.
Yeah, man.
It's
amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah.
How we're connected, right?
Yes. Yes.
Right. It's been lovely talking to you, man.
It's been a pleasure, man.
And we're looking forward to seeing you again. I mean, on your next visit.
Yes.
Stop by AGR and we'll catch up.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, man. Pleasure.
Bravo.